Hi, little Mead. Time for a little bit more of Superfudge. We're getting very close to the end of the book now. I hope you're listening to the stories in order because it's a chapter book, so it's not going to make much sense if you just jump around the videos. Try and listen to them in order. If you miss a few days, then just scroll back down the videos on YouTube and listen to them in order. So we are halfway through this chapter, and hopefully you listened to yesterday. That was Wednesday, so you'll know that Fudge is up on stage in his school with an author called Brian Tumpkin. He's a children's author, and Brian Tumpkin is drawing a big picture, and he's drawing a picture of whatever Fudge is describing. Now it turns out that Fudge is describing the head teacher, and this picture is it's not very complimentary, so let's see what happens. You haven't told me what this man is wearing.
Oh, Fudge said. Well, he's wearing a blue shirt and a tie with stripes and brown trousers and brown socks and brown shoes and brown shoelaces.
Brown shoelaces, Brian Tumpkin repeated. Okay, there we are. He brushed the chalk off his hands and held up the picture. Does he look like anyone you know, Fudge?
Yes,
Fudge said. Well, who? Brian Tumpkin asked.
Mr. Green,
Fudge said. The audience laughed. Brian Tumpkin smiled. Oh, who is Mr. Green?
The principal,
Fudge said. Now the audience roared. Oh dear, Brian Tumpkin said. Oh my. He put his hand to his mouth, but you could see he was trying hard not to laugh. Mr. Green went up on stage then and introduced himself to Brian Tumpkin. They shook hands. Mr. Green said, I think that's a wonderful drawing. I'd like to have it for my office. Would you sign it for me? Certainly, Brian Tumpkin said. I'm very glad you like it. He signed his name across the drawing and handed it to Mr. Green. Everyone clapped. Then Fudge said,
Mr. Green, was this a catastrophe?
And Mr. Green laughed and said, Oh, not quite, Fudge. But I'm sure you'll try harder next time. I was sure too. Chapter 12. Tootsie Speaks Out. One morning in May, Fudge woke me.
Hurry up, he said. You're going to be late for school.
Oh, go away, I mumbled. But he pulled off my blanket and shook me.
You're really going to be late for school?
I looked at my radio. 8:10. How come my alarm didn't go off, I wondered. I jumped out of bed. I raced to the bathroom, splashed cold water in my face, threw on some clothes, headed downstairs. It was quiet in the kitchen. Where is everyone? I asked.
Ha ha ha,
Fudge sang, jumping up and down.
It's Saturday. I really fooled you, didn't I?
Oh, you little... But he was out of the back door and running before I could get my hands on him. I clunked back upstairs and got into bed. I'm going to kill that kid, I told myself. I'm going to turn to little pieces. I tossed and turned. No use. I couldn't get back to sleep. I heard Tootsie babbling. I got up, walked down the hall to her room. She was sitting up in her crib, flinging toys out one at a time. She stood up when she saw me and held out her arms. I lifted her out of the crib. Yuck, I said. You're smelly. I set her down on her table and changed her nappy. Yuck, I said again. The worst thing about babies is nappies. I cleaned her up and dumped plenty of baby powder on her backside. Yuck, Tootsie said. That's right, I told her. Yuck. I carried her down to the kitchen and put her in her high chair, gave her a bowl of dry cereal to nibble. Fudge peeked in the back door. As soon as he saw me, he took off again, but this time I chased him. When I caught him, I turned him upside down, tossed him over my shoulder, and carried him back to the house.
I'll scream,
he said. Well, you do and you're dead, I told him.
If you hurt me, I'll tell,
he said. Go ahead and tell. I kicked open the kitchen door. When Tootsie saw Fudge upside down, she clapped her hands and laughed. By then, Fudge's face had turned really dark red.
Put me down, Fudge cried.
Never, I said. It was just a joke, he whined. Can't you even take a joke? Yeah, some joke. Fudge kicked and hollered. Put me down! Say please, I told him. Please. Please what? I asked. Please put me down. Say you'll never wake me up on a Saturday morning again. I'll never wake you up on a Saturday morning again. Or Sunday, I added. Or Sunday, he repeated. Or a holiday, I said. Or a holiday. Now, tell me how sorry you are that you did it today. I'm sorry. How sorry? Very sorry. Very, very sorry, I asked. Yeah, very, very, very sorry. I turned him over and watched as the blood drained from his face and his colour changed from bright purple to flesh. Ha ha, he said, wriggling away from me. I had my fingers crossed behind my back the whole time, so none of that is true. He dashed out of the back door again. I shook my head. Yuck, Tootsie said, and then she tossed her bowl of cereal to the floor. Oh, how come you're up so early, Peter? Mum asked an hour later as she pulled her robe round her and yawned. It's a long story, I said. Well, it's certainly a beautiful day. No point in wasting it. She poured a cup of milk for Tootsie. Where's Fudge? Oh, he's outside with Turtle, I said. Ah, he's such an early bird, Mum said. Yep, the early bird catches the worm. Mum nodded and made herself a cup of coffee. I went over to Alex's house. Let's do something exciting today, I said. Like what? Alex said. Yeah, that's the problem, I said. I don't know. We could dig worms for Mrs. Mulder, Alex suggested. No, it's too early for worms. I told her the fattest ones aren't ready until late summer. Well, then what? We have to think, I said. We sat on the sofa watching stupid Saturday morning cartoons the next hour, and then I got an idea. Well, how about a picnic? I said. Perfect day for a picnic. Oh, where would we have it? Alex asked. I don't know. Alex scratched his head. Well, yeah, how about the lake? We could watch the university crew rowing while we have lunch. Yeah, that's a good idea, I said. What do you got to eat? Yeah, probably nothing, Alex said. We both went into the kitchen. My mother shops on Saturday afternoons. He opened the refrigerator. Yeah, I was right, he said, slamming the door. Nothing. Yeah, well, my dad shops on Fridays, I said, so let's go and see what we have. At my house, we found cold chicken, tomatoes, rye bread, fresh fruit, frozen lemonade. Great, Alex said, let's pack up. I went to work making sandwiches while Alex fixed a thermos of lemonade. Don't forget the salt, Alex said. Right, and the mayonnaise, I added. You can't bring mayonnaise on a picnic, Alex said. Oh, why not? It's too gooey. Besides, it can make you sick. Says who? Well, my mother once got food poisoning from eating potato salad on a camping trip, Alex said. But we're not taking potato salad. Yeah, it was the mayonnaise in the potato salad that did it, Alex said. But we're not going camping, I argued. We're just going to the lake. Yeah, well, I don't want any mayonnaise on my food, Alex said. None. Okay, fine, I told him. And I spread mayonnaise on my 2 pieces of bread. And don't forget the salt. I took the salt shaker out of the lunch bag and held it up just to make my point and sprinkled some of it on Alex's head. Yeah, very funny, he said, shaking it off. The screen door slammed. We don't have screen doors here in England, not really anyway. So you have your ordinary door, and then you have a screen door after that, which is like got like a mesh, a net on it, so it would keep the insects out. But it means you can have your door open to let the air through. The screen door slammed. It was Fudge with Turtle. Turtle dived into his water dish and started slurping. Fudge looked around. What are you doing? What does it look like we're doing? I said. Making lunch, Fudge said. That's right. We're going on a picnic. We are? Fudge asked. No, not we, I told him. Us, me and Alex. Where are you going for the picnic? The lake. I'll come too. No, you won't, I said. Why not? He asked. Because you're not invited, that's why.
But I like picnics, and I like the lake.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, but I said I was sorry, remember?
Yeah, I said. You also told me you had your fingers crossed behind your back, so everything you said was a lie.
Well, that was a joke, Fudge said. I didn't really have them crossed.
You know what happens to kids who lie? I asked.
No, what?
You'll find out. And I shoved him out of the way.
He ran out calling, Mommy, Mommy, please can I go to the lake with Pita?
No, Mom said.
Why not?
Because it's too far. There's a lot of traffic on that road. Fudge stomped his feet and yelled,
I want to go to the lake. I want to go on the picnic too.
And when he saw us come outside with our lunch bags, he raced towards me, attached himself to my leg.
Take me, take me, take me, he begged.
Oh, get lost, I said, kicking my leg free. Call Daniel, count ladybugs. Oh, do something. Fudge covered his ears with his hands, opened his mouth, and screamed. He's going to wind up with a sore throat, Alex said. Oh, come on, I said. Let's get out of here. We hopped on our bikes and coasted down the driveway. Fudge picked up a couple of stones and hurled them at us, but he missed. We could still hear him screaming 2 blocks away. Alex had to be home for his piano lesson at 3:30, and by then we'd seen enough of the crew rowing, and more than enough of the bugs down by the lake. Mom and Dad were working in the garden when I rode into the driveway, and Tootsie was asleep in her lounge chair. Did you have a nice picnic? Mom asked. Yeah, it was fun, I said. A lot of ants, but fun. Well, don't forget to rinse out the thermos, Dad said. I won't, I said. Where's Fudge? I haven't seen him since you left, Dad said. He's probably at Daniel's, Mom said. He was very angry. I noticed. At 4 o'clock, the phone rang. I answered. It was Daniel's mother. She asked me to tell Daniel it was time to go home. He's not here, I said. Then where is he? She asked. I don't know, I said. Oh, wait a minute. I put down the phone and went to the back door and called, Mom, it's Mrs. Mannheim. She's looking for Daniel. Mom ran into the house, wiping her hands on her jeans, and she picked up the phone. Mrs. Mannheim? Oh, we thought Fudge was at your house. No, not since 11:30 or so. You found what? Oh, no. You don't suppose... Yeah, of course. Right away. She hung up the phone. What is it? Dad asked. He was standing at the door listening. She's found Daniel's piggy bank. Smashed. All the money's gone. Mum zipped upstairs to Fudge's room, and Dad and I followed. Bonjour, Uncle Feather said. Where does he keep that bank Grandma gave him for his birthday? Mum asked, ignoring Uncle Feather. Oh, here it is, I said, finding it on a shelf. And it's empty. Bonjour, stupid, Uncle Feather said. Oh, shut up, I told him. Shut up yourself, shut up yourself. Well, how much do you think he had in there? Mum asked. Well, just about $2.50, I said. He was counting it the other night. So between them, they got close to $7, Mum said. $7? Uncle Feather repeated. $7? $7? Well, they can't get far on $7, I said. Peter, please, Mom said. I'm going to stop there. So, Fudge and Daniel have disappeared. I want to find out what's happened to them. You'll have to come and listen tomorrow, and that'll be the end of the story tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Bye.